Welcome to Defense First. So I know a lot of you have gone to Defense First before, but some of you haven't. And I know we have a couple other little additions to Defense First. So let's get started here. So 2023 season, very excited about this. Really, we've evolved it, adding a few new additions. But first of all, I want to go and talk about what we teach. First of all, we want to take back the control of the game. And there's all too many times that we're going and we're just chasing that puck. And we want to stop reading and reacting, and we want to start initiating and dictating. And really, at the end of the day, we're not angling. We're actually influencing. Instead of going and chasing that puck everywhere, a lot of our players, our kids, don't have a plan of what's going on. They're just chasing. And that's why I created Defense First. It's basically a thinking camp. We teach from the defensive side, but all positions it could be applied to. And throughout the week, we're going to be teaching them how to be here and also there at the same time. The coaches are always yelling. If they're in the right position, they're happy. If they're in the wrong position, they're not happy. But it's funny that they always want them to be in two places at the same time. And that's something that we are going to teach them how to go and really put everything together. And at the end of the day, we're going to be creating efficient, balanced, and smarter players. Now, this is the focus of today's webinar here, and we're going to be talking about the standard camp, and which we've had for 22 years. And we are going to review the concepts in skating structure, 1-versus-1s, and going into 2-versus-2s, and offensive from the back end, and also our brand new checking camp, battle checking camp, which I'm going to say it's going to be. I'm really excited about this. We have some amazing drills and concepts to go and teach the kids going into the hitting part of the game. It's a very big influence in the game. We also are bringing back our girls camps, which is awesome, hosted by Lindsay Eastwood, she just won. I'll go into Lindsay in a little bit, but it's really excited about that. And then now we're also excited about Dave and this gym add-on. So after all our sessions, you're going to be able to go upstairs and go into an amazing gym. So the standard camp, well, there's 5 days in our standard camp, and it's going to be starting off with the first day is fundamental day. We're going to create structure in your stance, and within that structure, we're going to be teaching your players to go in and be able to. We're going to teach balance. We're going to teach the stride. We're going to go into a different type of backward skating, a little bit more efficient. I personally like to eliminate as many crossovers as possible. We are always told to crossover. Sure, crossover for here and there is pretty good, but if you have too much one thing, it's just too much. So we're going to eliminate that, showing them a really cool transition. And I don't know if you guys have surfed on the ice. Well, we're going to be surfing. And it's really, Tampa Bay does an amazing job of surfing on the ice. Day 2, we're going to go into one-on-ones, being able to go and take back control of the game. And what is an opposition player trying to do? I want you guys to think about that for a second, because that's a really big concept that can be applied in all parts of the game. So an opposition player, I'll give you a second to think about it. What's an opposition player trying to do? Well, they're trying to go opposite of you. So if you're here, they're going to want to go there. If you're there, they want to go here. So what we're going to be by body position, east and west, and about position between. Everybody calls it gap. I call it free ice. It's either your ice or their ice, and that's one of the things that we are going to be going and teaching the kids through repetition, is understanding that where you are on the ice is actually influencing the play. So the next day we're going to go in the odd man situations, 2-on-1s, and that is my absolute favorite. I love taking back control in every situation. It's really not a 2-on-1, it's a 2-on-2. And also the fourth day we're going to go into offense from the back end. We're going to be teaching them how to jump up in the play, going and walking the blue line, being able to be a threat even that you're still at the blue line. And what does a opposition player, they love when you are not skating as a D-man at the point, or the forwards absolutely love that. And obviously then we got the fifth day. It's kind of a little summary, but throughout the whole entire week, it's all about repetition. So that's our standard camp. We've had that for since we started Defense First. We've evolved the drills, but that is the one. We have people coming from all over the globe just coming for that. Now we're going into the battle checking camp, which is really, really cool. I was 5'9". You could go and check out some NHL videos of my hits, but I was all about structure in my skating, and I was all about exploding. So we were going to create structure in stance. We're going to learn how to go and receive a body contact. It's going to give your kids a lot more confidence when receiving them. And then also we're going to get them used to bumping frontal and side contacts. Now we're going to go into a little bit of advanced hitting, like hip check, stuff like that. But we're going to be doing it from all sides. We really want to make the kids understand that it is a big responsibility going and hitting somebody. You shouldn't take it lightly, and having respect in the game. And then obviously with the fifth day, we're going to go into the summary part. Now our girls camp, Lindsay, she couldn't make it tonight. She's in Florida, just living it up. They ended up winning. She's with the Toronto Sixes. The Toronto Sixes ended up winning the whole entire championship. So she was a very, very big piece of the puzzle, which was amazing. So for our girls only week, she's going to be running that. Now, this is I'm really excited about this, bringing on Dave here.
Excited to be partnering up with Defense First Hockey School. We're going to be offering some functional strength and conditioning. Think about a typical strength and conditioning program that's going to be catered to the demand of our sport of hockey. Included in that is going to be some functional mobility drills. Those mobility drills are going to help with preparedness for sport, as well as help to mitigate injury, as well as build strength through the tissue and joint structures. We're also going to incorporate some breath work that's going to help with performance enhancement. It's also going to teach people how to breathe both at rest and at sport, so they can have maximum recovery and improved respiratory and cardiovascular. All right, why don't you come on in and check seeing you in our facility coming soon. So with the gym add-on, we're going to be focusing on a little bit of a workout after each one of these skates. We'll evolve it throughout the week, and obviously towards the end of the week, we'll get into things that are a little bit more difficult. We're also going to be looking at a lot of breath work and specific mobility that'll focus on, to the sport of hockey. So some of the breath work we're going to do, it's going to be helping with a couple of things. It's going to help with the regulation of the nervous system, as well as so the athletes can understand how they can recover a little bit more quickly. That would be like in between shifts or in a high pressure situation. The mobility stuff we're going to focus on is going to have a lot to do with the hips and shoulders and spine, especially at the younger ages. Depending on which camp the individuals are signed up for, we're going to have some of the activities we're doing up in the gym focused around those specific camps. So let's say if somebody's there for the battle checking camp, we may do a little bit more physical nature drills up in the gym. If someone's a little bit younger, and I wouldn't really be comfortable loading them too greatly at a younger age. Whereas if we have some of the older athletes, we might look at teaching them some of the key aspects or fundamentals in some basic workout drills that they would want to incorporate into their training as they get older. So we'll also be doing a lot of sports specific exercises. So I like to always challenge my athletes and especially hockey players and ask them, like, how often are you skating on 2 feet? And a lot of them are like, oh, all the time. But in reality, when you're playing the game of hockey, you're almost always transferring from one foot to the other. So just to give you an example, some of the specific exercises would be like a lot of single leg activities or unilateral activities. So we'd really try to incorporate things that are very specific to the sport of hockey and in relation to not only their physical capabilities and what they're there specifically to work on. And lastly, number 4 there on the list. So one of my specialties is mobility. It's mentioned earlier, but also something I love to focus on. It not only helps athletes understand how to articulate their joint structures, so how to move your shoulder or your hips within space, but I believe also when we move our body correctly, regularly, in its full range of motion, we're also going to help the joint with some lubrication, which is going to help to mitigate injury. So if you're ever in a compromised position, maybe your leg lands behind your body and someone lands on top of you, or your arm gets twisted around in a weird position and you take a hit, we're hoping that the joint is strong enough and resilient enough to be able to bounce back and absorb some of that loading. So every workout we'll do a little bit of strength and conditioning. It may be some typical, some a little bit out of the ordinary. We'll do some breathing and we'll do some mobility, and depending on the reason why each individual is there and their athletic capability, we'll be adjusting it accordingly.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Dave. Yeah, really excited about this. And every single one of these the gym add-ons, we're going to be right after the kids will have about 15 minutes to get undressed and get into the gym outfit, and they would just go right upstairs. So it's pretty great. It's $20 a day that the kids would be able to get a full amazing workout. And I'm telling you, that breathing, I did that in the NHL, and the mental, I did that for recovery on the bench, which it helped me out so much. I didn't realize I was doing it at the time, and then when Dave started doing working with our athletes this year within the team that we work with, it was amazing. I'm like, oh my God, I used to do that. So it's really cool. And then even visualization has taken it to the next level. I'm going to say that is probably a game changer for me also, is the visualization. So now I just kind of want to go through just the July camps, and I just want to break it down. We broke it down by weeks. So the first week of July, I think the Monday is a holiday. So it's Tuesday through Friday. So there's only 4 days for this one. There's no gym. The second week is still our standard camp, and it's going to be Monday through Friday, but that's for 11 to 13-year-olds. And then getting into our battle checking camps. So that is week 3. It's going to be the July 17th to the 21st. That's Monday through Friday. The 13 through 14-year-olds, that's from 7 to 9 in the morning. And then the 15 through 17-year-olds is from, I think it's 10:15 to 12:15. Then we get into our week 4, which is our AAA only, 11 through 13. And then we have the 14 through 17-year-olds. That would be Monday through Friday also. You could utilize these codes that are rate attached to the different weeks. And then getting into our girls' July camps. So we have week 3 is July 17th to the 20th. That is for just girls only, 11 through 13. And then we got our week 4 girls, 14 through 18. Okay. We also have New Year's camps. So check those out. And then we always now are going to be starting every year to have our March break camps. And they're actually really cool. There are 10 players, a very small group. So you get more attention. We're going to have at least 2 to 3 instructors on the ice for those 10 players. Okay. How do you go and enroll in the camp? So it's pretty simple. Right at the top, there is an enroll and a book private. So I am going to share my screen. It would be here. Okay. So right at the top, always there's enroll and book private. So you can click on enroll and it brings you right directly to the page to go enroll. Or if you wanted to go check out a little bit more about the camps, go into the week morning camps. We got the new battle checking, March break, and the add-ons. So with each week, we have it laid out that you can click on enroll, go right directly to it. Also, it has on here the gym workout code that you're able to go and add on top of this week camp code. Okay, so there's that. From there, you would click on enroll. Any one of the enrolls bring you back to it. So you have an option to go and filter them, or if you wanted to, you could just add it to the cart. If you click on the discounts available, it does have a little bit more description of what it is for the week camps. If you click on this one, it will go in the week 2 through week 4. The gym code will be the equivalent gym code that you would add to it. So it should be pretty easy. Have any questions, feel free to email us at info@defensefirst.com. Also, just wait, going back here is the book private. So that's also, so getting into signing up for privates. If you go and click on that, it brings you right to the page that you could just go and book them directly right on there. Obviously, if you wouldn't mind, don't booking them on the weekend. It's very tough for us to get access to the ice on the weekend. So if you wouldn't mind just during the week, just going and booking them for us, that'd be awesome. Really excited. Love working with our kids throughout the season. And then we also have video reviews that will be coming soon. So we'll be able to have a base of the camp that people will be able to attend. At least you have a base knowledge of exactly what we're teaching. And then throughout the year, we would be able to go and give a video review on that. Lastly, purchase branded Defense First attire. I got my Defense First sweater, all by CCM. Really nice stuff. So if you guys are interested, you're able to add them as a supplemental onto the camp. So add-ons. So a couple things to keep in mind: 10% discount on multiple camps. So if you sign up for multiple camps, you get a 10% discount. Other forms of payment, obviously, let us know. Make sure you add that profile picture of your child to the enrollment form, because I would just love to be able to just glance at them and I know their names. And then any questions, feel free to email us at info@defensefirst.com. At Defense First, we're all about taking back the control in the game. Instead of reading and reacting, we're all about initiating and dictating.
We work with defense of all ages, forwards of all ages, specializing in defense and thinking the defensive side of the game.
When we created all our drills, we focused on simplicity. We wanted to keep each drill so simple that the player could concentrate on the details. With our low player to coach ratio, we're focusing on giving instant feedback with every rep the player has.
With the game today and the speed and the offense that is created, it's essential for us as defenders to step our game up as well and try and take some of the control back in the game. Offensive players often get a lot of the attention and praise, but the truth is, without people playing the other side of the puck just as well, you're not going to have success as a team.
Welcome to Defense First.